Hey y'all, it's Bear. Making our way back to camp. It's Tuesday. It's time for some dinner. We're going to recreate another backpacking meal this week. This is another simple meal, but it's a budget meal. Last week we talked about the stuff that we could buy that was ready for us, but it was expensive. That was one of the big downsides. I'm going to show you something that I use from the grocery store. And this meal here was less than $2. I made this meal when I hiked the Neusiok Trail on the North Carolina coast. What we're going to do tonight was dinner on my first night on the Neusiok. We're almost to camp, so I'll catch up with you there. Let's see, dinner. Hey y'all, it's Bear. So look here, a nuance about the Neusiok Trail was I didn't know what the water sources were going to be like. It was very close to the ocean. I didn't know if I was going to be dealing with brackish water. There's some water pumps at the camps, but sometimes they're said not to be working. So I did water stashes. There's road crossings that you have all throughout the Neusiok Trail. And so before I put on trail, I ran up trail as close as I reasonably could to a camp and stashed 3 liters of water and a little box of wine for camp that night. When I was on the Neusiok, I took a little plastic cup with me so I could have my coffee in the morning and a little sip of beverage at camp at night. And I think I actually cooked on my Esbit stove that I used last week, but I broke out my DIY alcohol stove for you this week. And we're going to use some heat to fuel it. And here's another budget tip for you. If you bird dog Walmart after the winter season, they're going to clearance this stuff out. The truck drivers no longer need it. They want the shelf space. So I load up on heat on clearance and I save myself a bunch of money. Now, if I'm going to have wine out there, I like this black box, but there's a bunch of different brands. You buy what you want to buy. But the mystery guest for us tonight for dinner is some instant noodles. And not all of these are created equally, but some of these you just simply have to pour hot water in, close the lid back up, and let them hang out for 3 minutes, and you're eating. That's it. So I had one of these, and I had a pack of olives. All right, so tonight we're going to use my DIY stove here. Right, little cat can, fancy feast, only this is bean dip. Individual serving of bean dip is what that was. Same can basically. Got my Foster's windscreen. Got my soup can pot. And I promised y'all I'd show you how to make this, so I'll have to figure out how time to do that. I bought one and just haven't shot the video yet. But you know what? We're surrounded by pine needles. It's been pretty dry, so we're gonna go find a safe place to make this fire. Alright, now we got a fire pit to work with, and we've given ourselves a little barrier. Alright, foil, alcohol stove, windscreen. I really probably don't need that windscreen today because I'm in the confines of the little fire pit, but it'll help concentrate some of the flames up. Let's see here in my wallet. We got some serious flame action going, y'all. And when I'm hiking, I like to use these smart water bottles. That's my canteen. Yeah, let's see here while my water's boiling up. We'll get this open. Now, don't take that on to camp with you. Get that off at home first. And then this is just cardboard, so if you're burning a fire, it'll burn up. And then you just have this plasticky styrofoam thing to haul out. But these guys are real simple. Take our dehydrated vegetable pack, we'll put it in there, and then there's a fill line. There's a fill line inside of there. We're going to fill it with hot water up to that fill line. We're going to put the lid back down, and I'll just drop my fork on it to hold it down and let it hang out for 3 minutes. And after that, we'll take the lid off and stir in the seasoning. Alright, I just take a bandana, I roll that guy around a couple times after my pot gets done heating up. I wrap it around, it gives me a handle to grab it. Soup's on. We'll be having dinner here in 3 minutes. Hey, real quick, a last minute thought. If you're trying to save on pack space, you can take those meals and break them down into freezer bags and freezer bag cook them also. And it's not the only instant soup I use. I use some of Bear Creek stuff. There's a lot of options out there. Let's go over to the soup aisle in the grocery store and dig around. Well, look here, we're going to be recreating these backpacking meals all month long. And while I'm doing that, if you have any backpacking meal questions, specifically backpacking, leave them in the comments, and at the end of the month I'll pull them all together and I'm going to do a wrap-up video with some of my final thoughts, anything I forgot to mention in a video, and I'm going to answer your questions. So leave those for me in the comments. 2 minutes to go. Alright, let me get you in on the action while we finish this guy up. Alright, first thing we need to do, get our seasoning packet ready. Peel the lid off. Dump in the seasoning. And mix. Does it really get much easier, y'all? And then, oh man, this is important here. We gotta deploy the olives. I've got basil garlic olives. Man, these things are gonna be so good. Voila, olives. I'm gonna have them on the side, or you could dump them right in there and eat them along with it. That would be good too. Let's see if we did a good job. There we go, chicken noodles, y'all. Chicken noodles and basil garlic olives. That's a good one. Easy, cheap, fill your belly. We'll see you on the trail.